Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton prevailed in Arizona's primary on Tuesday, putting them a step closer to a head-to-head race for the White House. Mrs. Clinton's Democratic rival Bernie Sanders notched victories in both the Utah and Idaho caucuses, claiming his first state since he scored an upset in Michigan 2 weeks ago. But as Arizona offered more delegates than Idaho and Utah combined, the Vermont senator was behind Mrs. Clinton in the delegate count. Despite Mrs. Clinton's commanding lead, Mr. Sanders continued to project confidence.
When we began this campaign about 10 months ago, we were 3% in the polls, about 70 points behind Secretary Clinton. As of today, last poll that I saw, we are 5 points behind, and we're gaining.
Thank you very much.
The former Secretary of State celebrated her victory at a rally in Seattle, where she sharply criticized the Republicans in the race.
What Donald Trump, Ted Cruz, and others are suggesting is not only wrong, it's dangerous. It will not keep us safe. This is a time for America to lead, not cower. And we will lead, and we will defeat terrorists who threaten us and our friends and allies.
Mr. Trump and Ted Cruz both notched big wins on Tuesday. Mr. Cruz handed the New York businessman one of his worst defeats in any major Republican contest in Utah, and earned the endorsement of former Florida Governor Jeb Bush. Mr. Trump, however, took the biggest delegate prize of the evening in Arizona. He wrote on Twitter early Wednesday, "Much bigger win than anticipated in Arizona. Thank you, I will never forget." But even with that victory under his belt and a big delegate lead over his rivals, Mr. Trump remains hundreds of votes shy of the 1,237 he needs to seal the nomination. Mr. Cruz and Ohio Governor John Kasich are far behind, but in the states left to vote over the next 2.5 months, they see opportunities to keep Mr. Trump from clinching the nomination outright. So with more than half of the primary season behind them, the Republicans are still facing the possibility that the race will end in a contested convention.